Hey y'all!
Welcome to Rum Punch and Beignets with your favorite Teedies, Teedy B and
Teedy Dom. We're here to give you our unfiltered opinions on current events and everyday life.
So sit back, relax with your favorite drink as we give you this Teedy realness.
All right, you guys, we are back with another episode of Rum Punch and Beignets podcast, brought to you by Jus Cookie Media. So please make sure you check out the website, juscookiemedia.com, to get exclusive content and to visit our sister and brother podcast. So today we have a special episode. We are talking about living single. You heard me? We are talking about celebrating being single. We are talking about how to do single life the correct way. And in order to do that, we had to bring the phenomenal, the great Miss, I don't want to say Miss, not yet, but the phenomenal, the great single specialist. You heard me, the realest, Big Cook.
Big Cook.
Yes. That is not what I want to say. No. Nah, she's the realest. She's out here doing this. She's been doing this for a while. So yeah, we were talking about being single, living single, and celebrating the single life because it gets way too much flack. I don't understand why people don't like to be single.
I don't understand it.
It's a cool ass fucking situation.
Literally, it's the best experience it's the best relationship I've ever had with myself.
Yes.
A word.
I think we're gonna hop into that later on down the line, but I really do think people are scared to just be by themselves. They already know themselves.
True.
But with all of that being said, everybody knows Teedy Dom is in a relationship, a happy relationship.
Come on, Teedy Dom.
Shout out to Uncle Justin. I really don't know those. But other people out here in the world like myself and Cook.
You just submit to the person.
I don't know. But we out here living single and loving it.
Every time you say living single, I start singing it.
We did too.
And you got the hand flipped up. Come on.
Right.
She playing. Like the girl in the.
Yeah. Put it out of wood.
I did. That's the one talent. And I say one because y'all gave me buku. He forgot things.
He said you couldn't have everything. That's all right.
I'm not sure he forgot. I mean, I do it like a little bit when I'm under the influence, maybe, I think.
That's all right. I got your back. I got you. Yeah. When you out there, you just can't get the move. I got you. But yeah, so we wanna talk about this single epidemic. Why is it not really an epidemic, but why is it that people are so afraid of being single and how to really do it the right way?
Because we were taught, it's such a taboo on being alone. Like, something has to be wrong with the person if they're alone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought at a point in time, I was doing single wrong. I had codependency issues myself. That's for therapy. They get there. You get there when you get there.
Exactly.
But I had expressed that I needed someone to complete me, which was the first red flag, the first mistake, the first, you're thinking wrong.
Yes.
You're complete already. And if you're not, then you need to tap into your inner self so that you can find all of the pieces that make you.
Exactly.
What did you want from that person that you thought you can provide for yourself?
And I always say, when you get into a relationship, it should always be about the person complementing or adding to what you already have.
Right, absolutely.
You should always go into any type of relationship, be a friendship, be it a work partnership, a romantic relationship, you need to go into that situation whole like a motherfucker. You need to know who you are and stand in that bitch 10 toes down.
Yes, unlearned struggle love. That should be an episode too.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
So that's why a lot of people don't like being single, because they put so much time and effort into people, and then they expect something and then they don't get it, and then they're bitter towards new situations.
Right.
So they either hold on to those old situations and, harbor, whatever unresolved issues, and then it's just, now it's a burden, because I don't want to start over.
Right.
So I don't want to be single, because being single means starting over, like it's at the bottom. Like it's treated like crap. But I found myself when people rejected me. because that's what it was at the end of the day.
Right.
They didn't want the type of love I was offering. That's how I put it. You know, because I like the strong arm.
Hold it down.
I love comes in a headlock.
Okay. And you know what's crazy? So I literally just had an epiphany last night. I was just, love is always a topic that kind of crosses my mind because, you know, wholeheartedly, just being honest, I love love. I think love is a beautiful fucking thing.
I'm a fan.
I think when it's done right, it's one of the most amazing
Absolutely.
experiences ever in life. And I was just trying to figure out, like, when I do find people that I like, why is it, what happens, where's the disconnect that comes in, and why do they, like, I guess, become afraid, or why do I get into these mood swings, or where is it that I'm triggered somewhere along the line? And then I realized that it was more so me trying to control, or they weren't doing something or liking me the way that I expected them to like me. Because
Well, it sounds like a few things.
Yeah.
But the first two things that I heard, like right away, one was timing and the other was alignment. Like you can't force a situation to be what you want it to be. But that last thing sounds so much like me, like when I was learning my toxic traits or whatever, you know, I discovered that was one thing that I put on other people, that I projected. I wanted them to love how I love.
Exactly.
Why don't you love how I love? Like, I'm loving you this much, you should be loving me this much or more.
Right.
Like, because, not to say that I wasn't expressive, but I knew that was something that was lacking, so I would hold back from people that I really liked because I was afraid that they wouldn't like me back the same way.
Yes.
So instead of showing, because they never even knew that I had these emotions for them, because how could they?
Right.
I was harboring them. I'm thinking I'm showing it to them because I'm here.
Right.
But I'm not here.
Right. I'm not really here. And it's the crazy thing is I'm aware of it. I was aware of it for so long, but I didn't fully understand what I was doing until like last night, and I was just going through.
So last night.
Literally last night.
And you be out the fucking day.
Literally last night, because this whole time I'm like, I know what I
Been on your
do.
mind since before last night.
The epiphany really just clicked.
The deepness of the thought.
I love the realness and I appreciate that.
It literally just clicked last night, like me actually understanding.
It was there
Why I
fast
did.
though.
Yeah, it's been
Because
fast.
one day you said we was talking, and one day you was like, "Yeah, I don't like anybody right now." Like it was there.
Yeah, like
I'm
I like
saying,
somebody.
It was there.
And they might read wrong. They might answer the text.
I don't even be them though. That's
It
why
don't.
you know
It's
alignment
you.
and timing
Exactly.
and your own toxic shit.
Yeah.
I mean, toxic.
No, this is
Oh, okay, I ain't know.
as much as
I've been being on my good P's and Q's. And I know I cut up.
Oh yeah, cuz baby, let me know.
You got a customer.
But yeah, like that, when I realized, I was like, bitch, how the fuck you can be that dumb that long? How was it that I was aware, but that dumb that long, and did not like really tap into and understand what the fuck I was doing?
not really dumb. You just were like, it just wasn't, the thought process wasn't that deep. Like you were only seeing it for the surface level, not the.
No, she probably meant it exactly like that because what she's saying is intuition and spirit and all of that good stuff. Like it's like once you ignore it and then it becomes a reality, then you're upset with yourself. And then you stay in it longer than you would have because you know better.
Right.
I know better. Like I still did it because I wanted to.
Right, yeah.
Right. At the end of the day,
like,
sometimes I just cannot explain my fuck shit. It is what it is. Somebody even told me one day, "Oh, you're gonna regret this." No, I'm gonna look back and say that is what I was doing at the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because I'm aware, like I'm very aware.
I'm more aware than you're aware. I'm so aware. I know who about to knock on the door.
Boom.
I've been here. It comes to me in my sleep. I once guessed who a guy was seeing that I was seeing. This guy who another chick.
Right.
And he was asking me how the hell did I know that? He didn't deny it, he just said like that was somebody that liked him I was doing. That girl said that was a man for like over a decade. So one of y'all come to the stage. The bath ain't matter.
Exactly.
That's
That's
yeah, it's disgusting. So
yeah, I'm with you on all of that.
he been single because I dated him a couple of times. You know, I finally because I have to block people when I'm tired of them because they don't get tired of me fast enough. So I could call them once a year and they'll answer and they think they can call me once a year and I'm answering, no, to the hell. If anybody tell you to be that easy, it's not happening over here. You got to give me a little play.
Right, do something.
Pretend to, you know,
Take me out to eat.
do
I like to eat.
something that leads to something. So we've been there already, but you can't just, oh me, I didn't know you need that depression fast.
I'm not that type of lady.
Okay.
So with that, like, how do you properly be single? Like, I don't understand. A lot of people,
This is
they're
it.
afraid of it, but how do you properly do it?
It is not even a secret. The answer is in self. Whatever you would do with another person, you know, even sexual stuff. I even learned how I really like stuff. And even me, like, I'm like, you know what, God?
We're telling ourselves, so please.
Basically, I am a 1 minute man. I can't last that long. I go right to sleep after. But it's the best 1 minute I ever had.
You know what you like.
I
you
just
know how
read
to
to
get
them
to
like
it.
I only need 30 minutes or 17 of y'all time. A good 8 maybe because I need foreplay and all that kind of good stuff. But if you go right in,
If you get right
1
to the
minute.
point. I know, but
And sometimes it don't take all that extra.
It does not.
I personally like the experience of sex, but to actually get to where I need to go, it does not take me long.
It
really
does
don't.
not.
Drive the car, reverse, back out,
Every little
drive, after you hit the gas and brake.
boom.
All right, but no, being single has taught me all of those things. That was another thing I was afraid of. I had never even wanted to like do that. Like, so I'm like, you know, for one, I'm freaky with my mind. I think all kind of things. I'm thinking like my dead people was watching me, and I ain't want to be no more from TV. But guess what? Y'all turn y'all back. Y'all like, welcome into my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? It did a whole bunch of worse shit. It
Exactly.
could be worse. That was one, but the main thing was, like I said, everything I would do with another person. If I wanted to go on a date, I would go on a date. And I mean, dress up, go to a nice bar, restaurant, whatever, the whole shebang by myself. Flowers once a week, every Sunday, just because why not? Like, I want to, I treat myself very well. So either I set my standards really high, I treat myself really well, and I'm keeping away the riffraff because I only want to attract what I am and what I want. Because it does get better. I will say that to people. Now, I do have some, Mercury goes in retrograde. My past shit was being a fuck girl, so the fuck boys will call her once in a while when the spirits wind blow that way. Like, sometimes I want to play. It's boring. It's boring when you're healthy and have boundaries and all that good stuff. It's boring.
It's boring as hell.
But at the same time, if you balance, then it's not boring. You're not so tied into all of the other things that would have another person. Like, I've gotten so conditioned to being by myself. It's really hard to let people in. That's not, and I'm talking about any type of relationship. Everybody wants a piece of me, but I notice what my energy feels like after I'm in these people's company or presence. Either it shifts higher or lower, or it stays the same, or whatever the case. But people who take away too much and then I'm depleted for days, I tend to avoid. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not being around you because you ain't giving me nothing back.
Exactly.
You take it.
Right.
You can tell who the hell I like and who I be around. I'll be around them all the time.
Yeah.
And I only go where the love is genuine and out loud because I'm genuine and out loud.
Yep.
So if I'm going somewhere and it's stiff and iffy, I won't go back. I make my rounds, but I ain't gonna make no round two. So being single is just having fun, exploring, taking yourself on dates, treating yourself very well. And it's not all about spending money and everything because everybody don't have that type of lifestyle. I don't have that type of lifestyle all of the time. Will I put self-care over a budget in the bill? Yes, goddamn I will. Because at the time that was more important for me and I feel better afterward.
Exactly.
I'll talk about it later in therapy. But even my therapist is great, a Black woman. And I keep talking about it because I am an advocate for, like, I make shit cool, so here I am, I'm gonna say it. And then anytime I'm around people, I ain't saying this about y'all, I'm only saying it because we on the broadcast. But when I'm around somebody and I keep mentioning it, it's subliminal to them. You need her number, baby. Wait a minute, ask for her number. Ask for her number. Ask for her number. Because that's what we're gonna do.
Right, yeah.
I ain't been to y'all, and if I have in the past, I apologize because I know no better. I ain't know.
They want to jump on TV and apologize.
Because this right here, they be trying to make a dumpy lot, and I'm accepting because I've opened up a portal
This is
for
not
myself to ask Cookie. Like I do have a platform where you could send for concept, but now it's for a small fee.
Okay.
Because y'all know the shit work. Everything I say, y'all go and do, and y'all come back and say, like, oh well, it worked. Thank you. Put something in the collection.
Yes. And I thank you for saying it because we are definitely advocates for therapy. We say this just about every episode. Take your ass to therapy. Because there's some things that you can't do for yourself that other people can't do for you, but that therapist is going to point out some things that you did not think about.
Do you know what people say in response to that? Men, they say, I got my old lady for that, or I got my homegirls for that. Women, they say, well, I got my homegirls for that. I mean, they
no.
Yes.
They gonna be tired of you dumping all your shit.
Because my worst relationships have been platonic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Not even, so being single, it can also mean taking a break from just people that you're not sleeping with either, because you're exchanging energy with everybody. Your energy is your currency.
Yes.
That is the highest thing that you can own. What are you spending it on, and who are you spending it with, and all of that? How is it coming back to you? Are you exhausted? Are you looking older than your age? Like, I've been 27 a long time now.
And we'll continue to be 27.
Right. 27 is me. What I got to change it for? I like it here. You're not letting go of you, but we're here. But 27 is good. We got down, so we've been 27 for about 2 years now, so 27 times. Yeah, 27.
Y'all know that.
So, yeah.
I do agree with all of that because I feel like a lot of people, what happens is when they become single, like you said earlier, it's the codependency that happens. And they feel like when they are single, they have to face demons that they truly weren't trying to face anyway. Like they have to,
the men.
Yes, they have to come face to face with who they are, what they've done, and how that shit played out. And nobody wants to take accountability for what the shit they done.
But at some point though, you have to. You don't have a choice because it's gonna come at you and be like, you can't keep running from it.
Let me tell you
Or
something.
it or them.
There's still a choice, but they choose to just continue to run it. That's why they look like fucking 10-day-old garbage.
That's the secret. That's what nobody tells you about healing. The amount of accountability you have to take for the transactions, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you're an author like myself who has a book that yet to be released, because when someone back and read the book, I was like, hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You gotta do a little editing.
At one point, I had the nerve to ask God, why? Like, I'm like, why me? So he's like, oh, you really want to know? This is your life. So we basically watched an episode of my entire life of everything I've done. And I'm telling you, I was cracking up laughing. First of all, I'm hilarious. First of all.
She is.
But on accident. Like, I don't damn know how. Because, like, none of the stories in my book changed. Except for the perspective of the story. Okay, you wanted to know why. This is why. This is how you got here. Girl, and then showed me myself, child. And I was like, girl, it's funny if it's somebody else, but it's like cringy to watch. Like, some chapters of the book, I am not the shining light. I'm not the protagonist. Right. The antagonist. I'm the villain in some people's story. Like me. Can you imagine me? I'm like, it's hilarious because it's just funny, but like it's not funny. It's dang.
Because a lot of the times you probably, while you were going through it, you were like, I have every reason to do what I did.
And then later,
you go back through and be like, bitch, you was wrong as fuck.
Wrong as three fucking touchdowns, bitch.
Whispering and walking away. My bad. But at that point, want to intentionally be a better person. Like I ain't, so now like I can say in this like, 99% of the time it ain't me. But the 1% it's me, I will eat it. I will apologize, I will own it, and I will reflect because I can't let it go because I'm gonna go through every chamber, they side, your side, my side, the if side, everything. I'm gonna dissect it to the point where, okay, all right, that was me. Just to make sure.
Right.
Because I overdo it as well, so that's how I know when it's really not me. So, I'm not one of those people that just like to blame.
Right, yeah.
I don't like to blame anybody. It's always going to be me. But at the end of the day, I got to go around the corner. I got you.
And that's why I think it took me so long to have that epiphany, because I really had to go back through it a couple of different times and figure out, like, how did that? But what was really said, and did I listen to what was said, or did I just take from what I internalized?
It's hard.
It is. It takes time. Yeah,
it's
right.
ugly.
It can, because most of the time I'm right. Most of the time I be on it. I be on it. But when I'm off it, I be like, girl, now what the fuck did I fuck up?
You got to go back and
right.
You dropped it
I'm listening.
Yeah.
All right, boom. Yeah. Okay, then that's what happened. But still,
it did look like it though.
It did, right?
It did look like it. It like it.
Right. So that's why I did what I did, but now I'm back.
You got to know where I was coming from.
So look, we're gonna talk about this, but I'm explaining you why I did what I did, because I was triggered in the moment that you said something. I said something. Look.
No, stop right there. So you go bring it back around. And then the crazy part is when you accept. Now I just learned this term. I don't know what the children was talking about with the gaslighting. They think you're gaslighting when you accept it in that moment because they don't believe you. Like, you probably gaslight. Like I really did go through all of these. I'm dead ass wrong. I'm down bad, my bad. Like right. I'm not trying to say that to shut you up. I'm not being manipulated. Like
you're being honest.
And I'm dead
right.
I'm harder on myself than anybody in the world. So trust me, if we're both here, I've been here.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought about this and I've already recommended myself.
Right.
And I'm just like, you know what? Let me just
And I almost think that sometimes like in situations like the gaslight, they use that as a scapegoat.
Yes, of course.
And
they don't want to accept it. That's all.
And it's like, I'm not telling you this, like you say, I'm not telling you this to shut you up. I'm telling you this because I'm owning I fucked up.
Right.
I'm being honest.
And a lot of people don't know or understand what accountability is.
No.
They take that as, oh, you just trying to put blame on me. Oh, you just trying to put everything on it. But no, I'm saying, yeah, I fucked up. You fucked up. And this is why we fucked up together. So how we gonna make this right? How we gonna fix this?
Because ain't no point in everybody saying we fucked up, but then ain't no solution moving forward. You just gonna sit there and screw it. You can't do that. You got to find a solution and move forward. You can't just sit there and do it.
Right. So one of my fears, I guess, because right now I'm in a space where I love being single. I've always loved being by myself. I was an only child for like the first 15 years of my life. So I know how to play by myself. I know how to do everything for myself. I know how to do all of it. So once I got like a little bit older and I really started to relearn myself, because I'm a whole new fucking bitch. Now, I'm an adult bitch. I'm not a little child. But I've relearned myself. And one of my fears is that I get so comfortable with myself that I do not allow someone else to come in and just, I guess, love on me or give me what I deserve.
Well, first of all, you have to change your verbiage. You can't live in fear because now you're attracting what you've already projected. So it's going to happen. Whatever you think is going to happen. How do I know? Because I've called everything, but I used to only call negative things in the relationship. I didn't even know I was the common denominator of the relationships because I was seeking different types of men every time. But every time it was the same exact situation happened. Every time. Like, because I would say, watch you have a baby mom. watch this happen. And they go, you know what I'm saying? Or
no, I'm pregnant so many times.
You know, like I know. And it happens every single time in that order, like 1, 2, 3 in a row. I'm like, hold on, step back. So don't, first of all, change that.
Okay, yes.
But to answer your question about, there's no such thing as somebody taking away from you. It's whatever you allow.
Right.
But you have to tap into when you're ready to share your space. Because obviously you're not ready to share your space. Because if you're ready to share your space, that would not even be a thought. A thought of yours would be like them taking up a closet room. Like you already thinking about living with a person, not a person taking away from you. So you never have to worry about losing yourself because you're gonna tell yourself, I'm not gonna lose myself. Because you're gonna only be with people that loves you for who you are and not the person you pretend to be on the first couple of days.
Right.
So if you're still doing that, because we do that, because for whatever reason, intuitively we pick up on what men like. So then you subconsciously or intentionally become that.
Right.
You hear a man talking about sports, all of a sudden.
Now you're a sports athlete. You skip baby.
All of a sudden, no. Shut up.
Are you at the same game talking about yes, Alvin, and you ain't never been to our game before?
All of a sudden, the damn coach calling plays about some straight.
Like you fucking sharp face. Sit down there.
We watching basketball. You talking about straight?
You have to be a guy's girl.
Don't
But
know
if he
touchdown
say you don't
from
like women and like sports, then you dainty and you're dumb. You're pretending. You've done all those things. So if you just become 100% whole in yourself, you won't have any worries in attracting anything. Right now, I'm at the point where, like, I've been single decades. The girl is always single. I tried to go to the internet one time with a boyfriend. Somebody said, so I've never done that again. Listen to her. But I'm to the point where I'm opposite of you. Before I got here, I had 2 sisters. After I got here, I had another brother. I had a brother and a little sister. So I always.
Right.
Then I had my kids early. So then always. So now I truly enjoy being single. Still am enjoying being single. I actually, when I do get into something, I kind of want 2 boyfriends or 2 men, because I don't want to be that absorbed.
Right.
And because marriage isn't necessarily my end game, a partnership is, but it's with somebody who I'm extremely comfortable with. And I find all the time that person don't exist. He might like you a little bit of some of the time, or he like you for this and that, and this other one like you for that, and the rest of you stuff. So if you're lucky, it's 2. I don't want to do 2. I don't want to be stretched all around here. But that is my thing. I want to dive into that side because the men have it all the time. Men
Right, they do.
Why can't women have it?
I feel like, and I'm dead ass serious. I'm not just saying it. It's not coming from a hurt place.
Right. I feel like that's more so being realistic about your expectations for yourself and what it is that you need from people. Because I fully understand now that you can't get everything from one person. Something is going to be missing. It all comes down to, are you willing to sacrifice what it is that you're missing, or if you want to get it from someone else?
Right.
Like it's just a choice, but you cannot get everything from one person. And
it's too much pressure.
That is okay.
It's too much pressure. Like, I'm not saying, they have rarities out there, and I do believe in those people in their relationships. I've seen it, and I'm not just saying that, IG stuff. Like, I'm an energy person. I'm knowing if it's real or not, if I'm in person.
Right.
So it's like, and some people were made just simply for each other. Others of us, it's a tribe. And that probably the way it was before civilization. We lived in harmony in 2s and 3s and 4s and whatever the case. Like, I love your freaks. I'm just saying that I believe that. Because like even me, I had an epiphany on my own show when we had the sex talk episode that I've always been a player. I've always had player energy. Like, I've been in relationships where I didn't cheat on the person, but I wasn't happy with them.
Right.
They was out doing that and whatever, and I was just staying or whatever, but I was not happy with them. I've always liked 2 people at one time. That's my little dirty shame too. Ever since I was a little girl, middle school, I've always had a crush on 2 people at once. And when I've had to choose and it didn't work with the one, I'd be upset. I'm like thinking, what if? Then I'd be around here carrying it. That hurt. I had a prototype from the 8th grade. Tookie.
Not knowing both of them probably was wrong.
But no, Tookie girl could be everything I thought it was gonna be. Goddamn. I mean, I blame my mom and them because we had to move. I lived in Shreveport, that's where I'm from, and we moved here.
Right.
And that was my last time seeing him. He went on to be everything I thought he would be. He's married, happily. Boo. Like I said, some people get all your way each other and look at me to my fan love. But I would interrupt my goddamn life. That was my love first. I thought it was first.
I feel like you need to have a little bit of possessiveness.
Girl, you got to have a little bit of crazy. Ain't nobody perfect. Like, I'm already fine. I got to be crazy and listen. I can't be fine and sane like
that. Is all I'm saying. It's isolated.
It don't make for a good story.
You know I love a good story. And then I know that's why I'm here. I'm here for the stories because they keep falling in my life. That's why when I looked at the how did we get here about my life, I was like, wait a minute. This is funny, but dang, you was wrong. Yeah, you was wrong. I always thought the story. Let me tell you, I was dead ass wrong, but it was funny. And it made me feel better a little bit.
Right.
So
I would like to know, like, once you get past the whole, dating yourself, being comfortable and being in your singleness, really loving on yourself the way that you deserve in order for others to love you how you should. Like, how do you get back into the dating game? Like,
you become a hoe. That's how you do it.
You thought I was lying when I told you that.
But the thing is,
no, it's not being hoe at all. Because
right.
that's what I was doing wrong in the first part of my single dumb. I was
going
on my pussies. No, I wasn't having no sex.
But yeah,
I thought
checking on
I wasn't checking out no options. I thought I was doing something by holding on to my sex. I thought I was, I went within. You should take a celibacy and detox. Of course, I'm encouraging that.
Right.
Absolutely. Because you got to deplete the souls and the energies and all that stuff you did to your body between childhood to adulthood. It got to go, right?
Right.
So I encourage women to do these things. Men, be single and celibate. Like, and don't even jack off for a little while. I was can't go back to it.
Right.
Yeah. Go. God dang. At least for 90 days. If I could be a man that'll be celibate for a little while, like they know they value, some men do, and I'll get to that. But they man whores too. That's what a fuckboy pregnant is to a man whore. But men have sex. Because what you holding me for? COVID already show us tomorrow ain't promised. We could be out of here tomorrow.
Hello.
Why would you die still want to try stuff? Try it all. Whatever you want to do, ain't no shame in your game. It is your body, it's your whatever you want to do. So that's what changed for me in the latter part of my singledom. I started having sex and having some good go. So and when you have some good unattached sex, that will open you up and you will block that fear that you mentioned earlier completely. It won't even be a thing anymore.
Right.
Because you're obviously having attachment sex. So you have sex where you want to be with the people right after. You need to have some sex with the people that you don't want to be with after. A couple of times.
Some people will be like,
so probably I haven't done it enough.
Nah, you ain't done it enough. I'm talking sneaking links in situationships,
right.
And that's a doggone right.
You should definitely do that though. I'm encouraging you, like I said, I'm encouraging you to do that.
I really don't be trying, but
you need to do it and don't listen.
Yeah, don't even be lingering. Like don't even think
be
deeply
calling and being all like how your day going.
Yeah, don't even.
Right, that's true. Because I just
told when you want to talk.
I've done it like a couple of times. I had sneaky links that were no attachments, and those like relationships, quote unquote, they're great. Like I can see them out. Hey, how you doing? Keep it pushing.
Supposed to be
exactly, but it's the ones that I really don't be trying to.
So don't have sex with people that you like.
And
I ain't saying that you having sex with people that you don't like, because obviously there's an attraction.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, the guy who broke that cycle for me. Thank you, BD. Not baby daddy, big daddy. Give him a name.
Yes.
But I was about to say, but who cares?
Right.
You know, it's just it's not about him because we don't talk. There's no attachment. I don't have a heart eye after that, but I do. He's gonna hold a place because of what he did.
Right.
But it was more so me than him because it was what I allowed to happen. So that means I was ready for it to happen in that time. So come on back to me. Take it from you. It's me. So when you're ready for it to happen, and it will happen, then that ain't gonna be no thing. We're gonna be you might call and you might don't. You might get the number, you might don't. And I ain't saying everything is one night stands. It's not like that.
Right.
But it is just a simple understanding. Like I'm not
Looking for
I'm
or
just here for a good
expecting
time. Like
anything after that. Yeah.
nothing. And that's all your business. You better write that down and you better do it. That's your homework time.
That's my homework assignment. All right, boom. Okay, yeah, because I needed that. Honestly, God, I see what you was doing, big dog. You was doing some extra work behind the scenes. But but that makes a lot of sense. And I guess that's a part of the epiphany that I had too, is like I do have attachment issues sometimes. Like I find myself attaching to certain things unconsciously.
Nothing that's wrong with that. Means you're a good person. Like you're not no hole. You're not just out here giving your stuff out because that normally is a person who's not. Because if you were a promiscuous person, this wouldn't be a conversation.
Right.
Yeah. I'm here all. Baby, this is what I do. Baby, baby, come on, baby. I got 3 minutes for baby. The show finna come on, baby.
But it's good to have that a little bit of promiscuousness in
It
you.
even, I don't even think that's promiscuous. It's whatever you want.
You want it to be, yeah. You have to be open.
It's
to
the
that.
same way as if you wanted to go on a road trip, you wanted to go to the beach, you want to go to the movies, you want to
Just
go
do it.
And
to
the
the
thing
bar.
is,
Do it.
and the thing is, you still set boundaries. It's
Right.
what you want.
Yep.
And I mean, I went through that before I got Justin. Like, you know, I went on casual dates with people, and if I did want to fuck, I did want to fuck. And if I did, I did.
Right, yeah.
And I was honest with how I felt about that, and I'm not gonna remember you. Don't call me. Don't ask him to go on another date. And if you do, it may be just because I don't want to.
You better tell him
All right.
you ain't eating all it.
All right. So I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna put this down on RPB fucking records on the tracks right now. Brittany is gonna be just a little bit more open.
Okay. Wait. Let the DMs floodgates
All right, the floodgates is open. The DMs.
RPNB _ podcast, Instagram and Twitter.
I'm gonna be a little bit more open with this date thing because I will say like
And don't limit yourself either, but still set boundaries.
Yeah, I'm
But you
very
can date and have somebody just do it. You know, or they be one and the same, or they different. Like do different. Do. See now, what I'm inspired to do because I did get to the point where I was backing them up back to back, like dating. Like I don't give a damn.
Right.
With this one the other day, I'm with this tomorrow. But I saw this one chick and I'm inspired. I am inspired. She got 3 dates in one day.
Oh,
That's
Y'all,
fun.
I want to do that.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I want to do
That's
that.
fun.
I want that.
I did it one
I
time.
want that.
I'm gonna take my baby steps, so I'm slow with one.
I want to go to brunch and dinner in the same day with 2 different people.
Look, I do like I did one time. Went to dinner, a nice formal dinner with somebody, and then was on Frenchman Street later on that evening with somebody else. And I wish you would get married, bitch.
I have to see if I ever, never have.
And if you see us out, don't ask no questions.
Don't ask no questions.
See,
Let
now,
me know what you look
me seeing our people now, this is what I hate. This is a taboo city. Like, every time I'm seeing with somebody, that's the last time I look at her. So I'm like, I don't agree with this. This wasn't my person, baby. Don't tell nobody see me with this person. It's our first date, second date, something like that.
Right, yeah.
We
just
tested it. Like, we don't know
each other.
Right.
You can't go nowhere in the city and not be seen. You know how I know? Because I'm always out somewhere by myself, minding my own business.
And you
I
eat somebody. You know what I love? I love going out and just catching tea that ain't for me. I just
baby, and they always see me back.
That's why I gotta go incognito.
But they know I'm a real little. I don't say
It's nice.
It really
Let me
does.
see. Did I tell somebody? I don't know. It's none of my business.
And then the funny part is, like, you know, in our relationship, that's what the fuck we do that shit together. We go out, like, randomly, and we just be sitting there, people watching, and then we see people that, like, you know,
Ain't got no business.
you just be looking at them like, bitch,
And they
this is
be
not.
wide open.
And then you know what? We don't even be talking. We just be looking at each other. We sitting there, and then sniggling and giggling.
We don't talk about that leg. We gonna run this tea like I know that's not.
Look, we be in the car. We'll talk about it when we get in the car.
I know it, but I go straight to the ground. Be like, hold on, let me see it.
You're like, I know such a all you got to do is go somewhere and sit for a little while.
That's the one thing I'm not gonna say I hate it. I don't dislike it because you get to see people in their natural habitat. You really get to see people how they are just being out and catching them. You get to see the real liars. You get to see the real players. You get to see the real people in their natural habitat.
Right.
And you know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. Like, you know what? They know how to keep their shit under wraps. They know what they're doing. They, you know, maybe they're just out trying to have a good time. And that's fine. I love good times. I love adventures. I love spontaneous shits.
I'm done dating in the city, so if you see me with somebody, that's a home.
They are. Anybody you think they gonna be out the states.
They definitely from out of town. If you see Big Cup with them, they not from around here. And if you recognize them, hit me up. I'm giving y'all. When I find somebody and I'm claiming them and they gonna claim me back, I'm giving y'all 72 hours to claim them. Or nothing after that ain't gonna matter.
And then I think at this point, with like, you know, from your personality that I've gotten since we've been doing the show, you wouldn't even give a fuck if they hit you up and was like, oh, this mine. I see that happen like in live action, and I'm just like,
I have bowed out gracefully so many times, but the unbowed, the ungraceful bow, baby, I drag me away.
Come get them.
And I just don't have the strength, so I'm going to always drop all this. But after 72 hours, they're like, anytime, come here, this ain't your man, he ain't seen me in 3 days.
Sure,
that's my man.
Because he was with me in 3 days.
Okay, so 72 hours to clean this man or leave me alone. And I'm not even gonna post my relationship. So I mean,
I am a fan of fucking keeping your shit on a motherfucking rest. Why do you have to tell the whole world about what's going on behind your closed doors?
it be over so fast. You know how? Because I'm observant, not nosy. I've seen, and I made a post about it because sometimes I'm missing. So why come when people be in these extravagant relationships, they out loud, they public, they posting it, and then they break up and won't know about it. Why you told me you broke up?
I would love to know. We invested now.
What happened?
No, we invested.
What
We are invested.
What you did? Because I missed the memo. Y'all
And then they told me about day 1, about day 3. You told me about the trips. You told me about the holidays.
and then they go to the lead pictures in private.
What happened?
Back to the breakup. We want to know. We want to get our 2 cents.
Please
too.
explain what happened to us.
Yeah, I am a fan of that. Like, let's keep this shit under wraps. I will, if I decide to come out in public about who I'm with, it's probably gonna be wedding day and it's gonna be a photo shoot. I'm telling you right, it's a photo shoot.
And on the other side of that, after they break up with other people, the ones that they're supposed to have a relationship.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand it.
I don't see how people do that because like
You have a 4th divorce and I'm still saying,
and you have to have some kind of.
You know how much money you just spent?
With that, you have to have there has to come some air of privacy. You can't post everybody.
I was just being embarrassed at the
Oh my gosh! Oh, the love.
That's about the second.
Oh, the love of my life. This is the 4th love of your life this year. What's going on?
I know I got a lot of love to give, but damn.
The 4th one this year, and you didn't want to keep that private, not knowing how long it was gonna go.
And I'm still following the other 3. Now, why you ain't tell me that I have to go and follow all these people?
And then it's like I can't act like I don't.
following the couples.
And then it's like I can't act like I don't know them because I know you and them.
Yeah. But I
Y'all
feel
got to
like
start filling me in. Y'all know. I need to know. We got broke up.
And then I be sitting there looking
Break up
stupid.
session.
And look, I'm stupid because I'm sitting there scrolling. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
I just think them with somebody else.
Trying to connect the dot. I'm like, bitch, mind your business. This ain't your business. Get off of here.
Not tell me though, because I promote breakups. I want to know what happened.
And then if you see, I fucked up and did this one time where I saw, it was somebody that I saw that I thought they were still together. I didn't know they done got a fucking divorce. So I see the dude out, because I know, I went to school with both of them. So I see, old boy out. I'm like, hey, how is so-and-so? Oh, you didn't know? And I'm like, no, what? And they was like, oh yeah, we got a divorce. I'm like, okay.
My bad.
Yeah. It was like a real my bad, because I'm like, I don't be in people's business. Like, that's not my business. I feel like, yeah, you didn't advertise it, but I'm not reading that deeply into it. Like, oh, okay, y'all happy, blah, blah. And then, I see you out, one of the two out in public, and then I'm looking stupid, because I'm like, well, bitch, I ain't know. My condolences, I'm sorry.
Slide in your DMs.
Like, bitch, ain't you married?
I'm funny. I'm funny, but I be like, that way ain't that damn funny. You just said 10,
You don't know how many fucking niggas that's been in relationships, marriages, or with baby mamas that is split into DMs.
And then it's like, bitch, don't you have a wife? Don't y'all
never asked.
Don't y'all have children?
So this one man tried to holler at me, and I did not know he was trying to holler at me because he's boring to death. Boring. On the 1% chance when I'm boring back, so that's why I'm getting boring energy because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm answering because it's so many times where I'm just me. Like, I just don't feel like being me. It's more or less like I ain't really bored. I'm just like, I ain't really got no excuse right now, so I'm gonna just be nice. But every time I'm nice, I regret. So anyway, this unmarried person is saying not married no more.
Look, no, of course. They always be saying it would be
But
like,
where's the proof? Like, how do I know?
Where is the fucking divorce people?
do I need to go ask her?
I don't be believing people, but then they hop in your DMs and I was like, you been around here, little bitch, like what you want? And then he told me, well, hey, man, or they drop some hints about them being single, but it's so what?
This is the wrong cabin.
It's like, please,
And if you're going to be single for 5 minutes, then why are you here? Because you need to go to rehab first.
Yeah.
Right.
And clean up.
And like getting a divorce is like for most people like that. Yeah.
Some renovation, some construction.
You got to heal, because that ain't always a long-term committed relationship. Like, you still need to heal from it.
You need to go rebound by yourself.
I also wonder, like, why is it that men just don't understand the process of healing from one relationship?
And they just keep going. They just keep going.
To hop right back into something else.
Because they don't have a woman to teach them.
Okay, so not all of them are like that.
Tell them to go heal.
Because I honestly feel like I got to exception.
You got an exception to the rule.
But most of the time, most men, that's what they do. They'd be like, okay, I'm done with this one. Oh, let me go proud and do
See
this.
who I can get next.
But it's like, you gotta work on yourself. Like, and a lot of men don't do that, and I don't understand.
I have met a couple of gentlemen that have some healed energy and that are very aware. That's why I say with a man who. They don't fuck with what else I know. They honest, right? It's the love. But no, they have some men out there that just are aware. I don't know what sent them down the thing, but it's just not a practice.
How old are they?
Older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Older.
I've just recently started meeting men who are on the healed spectrum. So they're not fully healed, but they're on that journey of being completely healed, and they are in like their mid-30s.
Also, they have some spiritual predators. That's what I call them.
Yes.
They fake and phony. They know the very surface things to say to women to get their attention on, like they on some woke stuff, but they're not really woke like that.
I can't stand them people.
Man, look, they so phony. Ask them something deeper than the birth chart or they top 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then watch them look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they'll get you. Like if you're impressed easily, they'll get you. You ask somebody,
you don't know no better.
They'll tell you their moon and all that. You're like, oh, you know his moon, Earthly. No.
That's all on social media now. They know, okay, this is what the rules like. Let me make sure I know this.
And there's Google. And Google is free, bitch.
No, I keep that shit to yourself.
So they act like they on a journey, but they still got the stuff. All you gotta do is just
have a
look at my mind like they still got their whole pants on.
What is
They do. They do still have their whole pants on.
for the bracelet.
Yeah, with the print.
I don't mind.
I like the show.
Look, I just had a flashback. Soon you said I'm trying to straight gut up.
I can't even lie. I be wanting just to buy the fucking Nike shorts so fucking bad.
Ooh, I love that nice man.
Oh my god, with the high shorts. With the high thigh.
I ain't had no high thigh. All of them be nice.
No, it's the high thigh for me.
Oh yeah,
I like high thighs too.
Yeah, with the with the thighs, Lord.
Ooh, y'all know with that thick thighs, some big old booties. So y'all have.
This is true. You know what?
Some of them shape better than me, and I don't like it.
Oh, and they be having hips sometimes.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't like it.
That reminds me of that episode of fucking Girlfriends when she was.
Oh, when Joe was like, yeah.
That big ass. That big.
And Tony was like, girl, you know he got hips.
Girl.
And Joe tried to overlook it like, girl, he got hips.
I be ripping everything all the time. I could be with a man like that. I would be.
It's like, girl, y'all sharing the same thing.
Oh my gosh. But I feel like, yeah, we didn't touch on everything as far as being single. Like, you can drop some gems. I hope that you guys have learned about being single. I've definitely learned some things. Y'all know I didn't already spill my epiphany and cooked and just blessed me with some gems. So I'm going home and I'm going to do some homework and I'm really going to get to this. Don't
overthink it either.
I'm not going to overthink it, but I'm also going to be aware of, okay, don't be like that, girl. Just do it.
Don't do it, girl. I did it.
Just do it. Boom.
Don't feel no way.
And I hope there are other women out there that have definitely tapped in. You know, this single journey is definitely hard.
It's hard in Vegas. What up, Vegas?
I'm from Vegas.
Well, I'm saying have your thing like somewhere that you go like Vegas. Yeah.
You know, being traveling.
I don't know.
Because you gonna bump into these dudes here.
Yeah,
they might catch feelings because you don't want to.
And then they're gonna be talking about, I know you out with that other nigga. I know you out on the day. Bitch, okay.
And I am gay. But my best friend, they've been trying to tell me, like, you should come. It's like one of my best friends stay in Texas. He was like, you can just come out here and just get you a Houston or get you a Dallas or. And I'm like, you know,
I don't think that's in Dallas, but maybe Houston might got something.
Dallas? They be having different.
What's in Dallas? Cause
you been there?
I used to live in Dallas, one, and I have a lot of family in Dallas. So every time I'm out there, I ain't never seen nothing. What is?
I hear all the hoes in Houston.
They love all hoes are definitely.
And I never go to Houston, so maybe I should take me a trip.
But I've been there, and Dallas has changed a lot from what I've been told in the past, like 5 years. Their social scene has changed. Like the people that are out there now has changed. And I've seen a couple of them. But you know what? I was only there for like a weekend, and I feel like you gotta
order the weekend.
And they probably was just there for the weekend. Don't say because they probably was just visiting there.
So I might have to go to Dallas and try this again, and then go to some other spots. People been looking for me, and like
Come on, people been looking for me.
Like my friends be looking for me
to bring me to it.
Right.
You don't like New York though, because
I love New York. The Brooklyn things.
The Bronx things.
Take your
back to. Yeah, do a traveling home.
I'm gonna do that.
Traveling home.
I'm gonna do that. All right, that's going on my 2022 list.
Yes. Mine
Yeah.
too.
And I want to shout out to, because she made me feel, she dropped some gems and she was like, damn, she made me feel like I did single right before I got tired.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I did it right. I
That's
sang.
why you found you a good one.
Exactly, because it was timing.
It was, because I told you, like, you know, I casual dated and I was open and upfront. I let him know, like, you know, I casual dated people, but I still had some time to, like, shake all that other shit off. And I was like, okay, what am I projecting? What am I trying to attract? So I went through that whole thing. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, because like I said, there's no true right or wrong way, but like I think
You
the
do what's best for you.
Yeah, the best result is to do you.
Right, yeah.
Like, so you don't have like you ain't going to the relationship with nothing you held back from, nothing you trying to do. You got all of this.
Right, yeah.
Right.
True.
Like,
And
you
then
know,
you
like
can
you
do
know,
more when you're in a relationship, so
Right.
it's better.
you be flourishing and shit, y'all. Listen.
Yeah, she been flourishing with hers. That's why I love y'all.
Two whole versions of people equals a better outcome.
And I think if you listen to the relationship episode, he openly, man, he was like, yeah, I used to be a hoe. So two hoes.
I'm not. I
But
have
no, it's just people living in their truth. Right?
Yeah, and that's basically
And
like
a friend of
what it
mine
is.
taught me that, because I was shifting whatever these men wanted. I was trying to design myself to be it.
And
So
we can't help that either, because like we're mutable type of people. Like,
exactly.
Right.
It's not like I even was trying. It just that was another part of me.
How to adapt. Yeah.
But the real part to me, and this was also pretty hurtful. Everybody don't like. Everybody don't like me. But guess what? I love me. So these are the parts of me that exist.
Right.
So take it or leave it. So when
Right.
I learned that people actually do love you for you, it's a real thing. You don't have to shift
and shit.
and all that fake energy and all that. You can really be you. Then hold out for those people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Amen.
And then she ends it on a fucking beautiful diamond gem. Girl, I'm sick
Woo.
of it. So before we even close out, Cook, make sure you tell us where should the people come and visit your podcast, visit your line. Just so y'all know, this singlish hat I got on right now
Yes,
came from the big Cook. You know, I've
We
been
need some winter wear. We need some winter wear.
Yes, but tell them where the people gotta go to visit, to listen to your podcast and get all your good stuff.
So right now, y'all catch me on Mondays live on my Instagram at 6 p.m. A Real Cookie. And then we have the replay value on YouTube, same A Real Cookie. And please go like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get our engagement up so we can monetize our gifts so that they can take care of us. So thank y'all so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate being here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. And before we close out, make sure that y'all know to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at RPP_podcast. If y'all have any topics for us, like we did a questionnaire not too long ago.
Yep, on our Instagram story.
What topics you guys would want us to talk about, and some of y'all have dropped some nice topics. I will say that, and it's a thing.
We working on it.
So make sure y'all have any other topics y'all want us to dive into. Make sure you send it to us rpandandbpodcast@gmail.com. Also, make sure you visit bootcoolmedia.com. Get exclusive content and visit our sister and brother podcast. And y'all know we're gonna catch y'all next week for the midweek jokes.
Remember, y'all, wash your hands, wear your mask, wash your ass.
All right, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.